Hi everyone, this is Madison Moyer and Sophia Lowry interviewing members from the Little Mermaid cast, Rachel Weiner and Kira Swanson.
And this podcast is to inform everyone of what's going on at MIA.
Okay, the first question we have is what was the most exciting part of rehearsing for the play and being able to perform in the new auditorium?
It's been a lot of fun working with the cast because we have kids from the elementary school, we have middle schoolers, we have some alumni students that came back to be a part of the show, and like my first show at MIA was Into the Woods, and that was obviously outside, and we had to accommodate to the weather, and stuff like that. So it's just cool to be able to actually be in like a bigger space and not have to worry about things like that. And it's just really exciting working with a bunch of people that like we've never worked with before.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely nice to have a new space compared to like for the past couple years where we've had to be like build our own set and be outside, where now we're just building a set for our indoor stage. It's a big change, but I definitely think we're making it work well, and I really like what we've become and how we use the space.
That was really good. Okay, our next question is how were rehearsals and what have they taught you?
So this year rehearsals have definitely been a lot more like jam-packed because we've had to fit an entire show into such like a short span. But I definitely have learned how to like memorize lines a lot quicker, how to memorize like my blocking a lot quicker, how to like jump into my character right from like the day I was cast. Because the first day that I was like cast, I was already like trying on my costume, figuring out like my lines, my song. So definitely just like how to manage my time and my character better.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, just like time management, and especially like for me, I don't have a lot of time off stage. I'm basically always in the wing or on stage. So I don't have that extra time in between scenes where I can go backstage and do my homework or stuff like that. So just working around that as well as outside of school life, it's just taught me a lot about time management and patience, a lot of patience, especially working with a lot of younger kids and middle schoolers. You have to have a lot more patience, and it's just very long rehearsal days, so yeah.
Okay, so before we start, we're going to introduce our cast members.
I'm Kira Swanson, and I'm playing Ariel.
I'm Rachel Weiner, and I'm playing Flounder.
The next question we have is what has been your favorite memory from rehearsal so far?
My favorite memory has been being able to work with the elementary schoolers because I babysit them, and I've watched them grow up. It's really cool to have them be a part of like my last show because I've always wanted them to be in a show with me. And there's a scene where they're seagulls and they all gather around me and they help me like walk. Like they're trying to teach me how to walk, and I don't know. It's really fun. It's like I don't know. It's just really cool being able to work with them like my last time. It's my first time working with them, but it's just fun for me.
It's cute.
Okay, and then our next question is what is the cast like this year, like the dynamic, if you just want to talk about it.
So it's kind of like Kira said, it is full of a lot of different like range of people. Like there are people who have never been on stage before who are doing absolutely amazing. There are elementary schoolers, there are middle schoolers, there are graduates. There's just so many. There's Mr. Ray. There's so many just different type of people on the stage, and it's so cool to see everyone like grow, especially Mr. Ray, to bring that in because he has never been on stage. He's never sung in front of anyone, and it is amazing to see how he has become this like theater person. Like he has literally adapted onto the stage, and I just like how this cast for the first time, like I've done a lot of theater and I've never worked with a cast where it's been this range of like people when it comes to like how many years you've done it or just like how much you know. It's just amazing to see everyone grow.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I think just getting to work with everybody, and we're all very different in a lot of ways, and some of us have a lot of experience and some of us don't have any experience, and just the fact that we're able to put all of it aside and just work together to create this production is just really cool, I feel like.
Yeah, that's great. The next question we have is how do you think The Little Mermaid has been different from MIA's other productions?
Oh, okay. So with all of our past productions, they've all been outside and they've always been in the round, and we had to build every single thing from the stage up.
Which was super impressive.
It's really cool. I miss that. But with Little Mermaid, we didn't have to build a stage, and we have a much larger space to use. We have an actual backstage area, and our set is we can move it. Opposed to in the past, whatever was brought onto the stage, basically it stayed, and we were very limited with what we could do. And this year we were able to build a fully rotational set, it's so cool. So we have 2 inverted triangles, and so we are able to capture different scenery, which in the past it was all up to imagination, which is very cool. But now we can incorporate things that we haven't been able to in the past. Like lighting is much more like complex and very like it fits the show more, in my opinion.
Definitely.
And we were able to build a boat or a multi-use thing. So we have Ursula's lair, and then we have inside the castle, and then we have a boat. And I think that just makes it completely different from other shows. And also being able to bring in other people outside of MIA makes it different as well.
Another thing that's probably different is our sound system. Like, that has been so complex. Like, we have always had a soundboard and a lighting board and everything, but this is the first year where it's, like, so complex, where it's all controlled from, like, one area.
Yeah.
And we've made it work with a lot of, like, there's been a lot of difficulty, but we've made it work at the end, and it's just been, like, so good for this show to, like, make it stand out from the others.
I feel like it's going to be so immersive, too, like, with the sound system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next question is, what is your favorite part of the play and why? And hopefully we can do this without, this will definitely be posted after the play, so you can spoil it.
Well, my favorite part of the play is probably, weirdly enough, I like the scenes that I'm not in, because I like to watch just, like, other actors and see them on stage. Like, one of my favorite scenes to watch is probably the quartet, which has Ariel, Sebastian, King Triton, and Eric in it. Exactly. Because I just love seeing the different type of, like, characters in this one song. And also, it's a song that's not in the movie. So when you see these characters sing together, it's very, like, shocking, and to see how they're each singing about something else. And I just, like, love seeing that scene because I'm not even in it. Like, I literally am in the wings just watching it. But it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the play.
Yeah, I think mine would be, and this is probably a little more difficult for, like, audience members to see, but because I'm very familiar with the show, having been doing it for so long now, a lot of the songs are very, like, similar to each other, and a lot of characters have like their own version of a song another character already sang.
Oh, definitely.
Which I think is so cool, and I think it just makes the show very unique and very pretty, I guess. That's, like, the word I would use to describe The Little Mermaid. It's very whimsical, and I don't know. So I like that there's a lot of similarity and a lot of like foreshadowing in a way.
Like the song If Only. Like,
yeah,
that one
like
is
If Only there's
carried through.
King Triton has an If Only song, and then Ariel does, and then we have the quartet of If Only, which that's probably, like, my favorite song to sing. So yeah, I don't know.
The next question we have is, what was the most challenging part about your role, and what did you gain from acting in this production?
The most difficult part of my role is, like, Flounder's literally a little boy. Like, he's a literal toddler. No, he's, like, a teenage boy that's, like, growing in. He has, like, this infatuation with Ariel, which I didn't even know until I read the script. Because in the movie, he's, like, this little guppy that follows her everywhere. But in the musical, they've changed it to where he has, like, this crush on her where it's just, like, it's this whole other thing. And adapting into how, like, a teenage boy would act like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old was just so difficult for me because I'm obviously, right? I'm not a teenage boy. And I had to act like this different sort of acting that I've never done before. And it's helped me, like, grow as an actor because it's different from, like, what I've last done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me the most challenging part about my role would be the fact that I don't talk in the second act. Like there's no words come out of my mouth. Yeah, and I still sing. So like that's
It's, like,
kind of
in her
weird.
mind.
It's like it's in my mind, but I still sing, which is really weird. So trying to be more expressive with my face and my body and hand movements and stuff is really difficult because you still have to do that even when you are speaking on stage, but not speaking on stage, I have to really over exaggerate what I'm doing to get how I am feeling as Ariel out there, and make it more like visible so the audience knows, okay, Ariel's sad right now. She's very excited. Oh, she's nervous. Stuff like that. So I think just trying to figure out how to express all of those emotions that she's feeling without speaking or saying anything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, this one's kind of fun, but our question is, what is your favorite set piece or prop? Because I know you talked about
Oh my God.
backdrops and like the moving set. And then if you could add on like your favorite aspect of your costume, maybe.
Okay.
My favorite set piece is by far, I literally, again, I don't even touch it, but it's Ariel's rock. I love it. It's like, I didn't build it. I wasn't in the class that built it, but it's this like, it's, what's the foam? It's like
It's called spray foam.
spray foam.
It's really cool.
That's like on this area where she can sit down and it wheels on and it's just like so cool. And my favorite part about my costume is probably my suspenders
Oh.
because I didn't really know the purpose of them until I put them on, and they just kind of help my character so much because he's a nervous character. He's like a literal little boy, and he gets really nervous all the time. So I just like tend
Stop
to.
him?
I do I like pull them to like show that he does that. So that's definitely mine.
Yeah. I think my favorite set piece is probably the rock as well, because I get to but it's also my least favorite in a way because it's very
It gets
difficult
stuck.
to move and it gets stuck.
Really?
Yeah. And like prop. Oh, I have a bowl. I have a bowl. It's a gold bowl, and when I sing Part of Your World, I put it on top of my head, and I think it's really funny.
I can't wait for that.
Sometimes
It's
she wheels
so
it out.
funny.
She wheels it out like she's getting wheeled out and she gets stuck. So she's supposed to go in like a straight line and she tilts and she's
know.
like, "Beyond my wildest dream."
It's so funny because I have to like not laugh, and it's really difficult.
She's just on stage. She's like,
I just smile as I'm trying to get wheeled off. And then my favorite aspect of my costume.
probably the pink dress.
Yeah, my pink dress is probably my favorite. It's like all of my Disney princess dreams like coming real. Yeah, it's really fun.
Look
but
at you know
getting
the
into
show.
it is like the most stressful thing in my life. I have like 20 seconds to like fully
could
change.
never.
So, yeah, and I'm out of breath when I come back on stage. So,
bet.
yeah.
She's still singing.
Yeah, I'm still singing. So, yeah, but that's definitely my favorite costume.
Well, thank
Gonna
you
be
guys
fun.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully this made you more interested in Little Mermaid. Hopefully you'll go see it and support. Yeah, thank you so much.